We've talked to you many times before about the mess of airline travel, so welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
This is interesting. Nancy Liu just told us a whole lot about what these rules are and kind of what they're not as well. What do you think here? Is this Bill of Rights or these increased penalties? Are they going to change things? Are they going to make anything better for travelers?
In the short term, no, probably not. Unfortunately, these are just proposed rules, and we do not have any information on when they could go into effect. We also don't know a lot of detail on them. The idea here is good. The idea is that you compensate passengers if there's lengthy delays or cancellations, but unfortunately, we don't know the enforcement mechanism, and there's a lot of wiggle room built into these sort of policies because the airline can always say it's weather related, especially when they say not a lack of crew. They can say crews coming from a place where the weather is bad, even if the weather is perfectly sunny outside where you are. So I'm interested to see how this actually gets rolled out and see what the airlines say. The airlines are going to argue that it's going to increase costs, but this kind of program works really well in Europe. EU 261 is the rule, and you can get compensation if you're delayed a long amount of time.
Well, you're already looking at the loopholes, and it strikes me that that's not very good if you can look at whatever policy change is proposed and say, well, I can see the holes in that and how that would be immediately exploited.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see how it actually gets rolled out. But even EU 261, which I've used before to get compensated for a huge delay that I suffered in Europe, it gets complicated. So you have to fill out paperwork, you have to have documentation, et cetera, et cetera. In fact, so complicated that third party companies have started developing ways that you can go to them and then they deal with the airline and then they take a cut of your compensation. So it'll be interesting to see how this rolls out, but it is a step in the right direction. I want to give the Biden administration some credit. They are really getting the airlines to step up a bit, and that's progress.
Yeah, one of the quotes from President Biden yesterday was, "Your time matters, the impact on your life matters." And I just went, thank you. Someone has heard me. Do you feel that way? Like, yes, of course. And why don't the airlines say that? Why does the president of the United States have to say that?
Yeah, and but a lot of people argue, and this is my personal opinion, that this is the best way forward for a passenger bill of rights where everything's codified in law, that Congress actually does it, that we're not just relying on some DOT rule or the good graces of the airline moving forward. So I'd like to see a passenger bill of rights. And I think if airlines continue to melt down like they have the past couple of years, that may eventually be what actually has to happen.
It's just unsustainable. But how does it become part of a business model that this sort of thing happens and there isn't a compensation? You know what? Like, why is this new?
Yeah, I mean, remember a couple of years ago, they passed a law where if you were kept on the tarmac more than 3 hours, the airlines had to let you off the plane. And the airlines complained at the time, oh no, this is going to cause our costs to soar, et cetera, et cetera. But once that rule went into place, the airlines mostly followed it, and it didn't cost them that much money. So the government can prod the right action from airlines, and I think that's what you're seeing here.
Well, that's kind of the only option, right? Is you have to threaten an airline's pocketbook here, their bottom line, and to say that if you don't treat passengers right, it's going to cost you. So whatever you're doing that you think is cost efficient, we're going to make it not cost efficient.
Exactly. And I think the one thing that people need to keep in mind is you have to be your own best advocate these days, whether that's a canceled flight or delayed flight or the search for compensation after the fact. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. And I think that when it comes to air travel these days, you have to be a squeaky wheel.
And the last time we spoke with you, it was about summer travel and how it's going to be a mess. And
Yeah.
I'm wondering if you still feel that way. And again, I know you don't know when these rules are going to go into effect or how they'll be rolled out, or if they will have any teeth in there. Is there any potential that what we heard yesterday is going to help over the summer?
Well, the airlines have stepped up their game. Most of them have now said that they'll offer compensation in the event of a canceled flight. They'll put you up in a hotel room. They'll pay for your food. So there has been some progress. However, with the demand the way it is this summer, I'm still worried about potential meltdown. So watch this space.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation in your cable lineup. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-based, unbiased coverage.